Welcome to Conversations from the Barn at Everwood Farmstead. These are casual chats with visiting artists, creaky barn, bugs, and all. Enjoy.
Hello, this is Chris Everett, and welcome to Conversations from the Barn. We are here at Everwood on a really beautiful, balmy, midsummer evening. I am sitting with Bill Underwood and Ellie. So happy that we all get to be together with our artists on retreat this week. I wonder if you might introduce yourselves and maybe your art medium and what you've been working on this week.
Okay. Do you want to start? Do you want me to
Sure. My name is Kayla Harren. I am an illustrator. I illustrate primarily picture books. And this retreat, my goal was to work on playing with traditional media like stop motion animation, finding some nature elements, just playing around. My goal was to be playful.
It was part of your spirit animal cards this week, wasn't it?
And I followed it rigidly. I was
good.
rigidly playful.
Rigid otter.
Yes. I must play and have
You
fun.
were the otter, that's right. Did you feel the otter energy in your...
I thought about it every day.
Did you?
I felt it. Truly, yeah.
Love it.
Didn't otter show up in any of your illustrations?
No, I thought about it, but no. Lots of goats, lots of chickens.
Yeah.
No otters yet.
No otters yet.
Yet.
Yes.
Plenty of time.
How about you?
I'm Jennifer Bell. I'm also a children's book illustrator. Professionally, my work tends to veer a little gentle and sweet, and I just finished up a big project, so it's kind of lovely to be here and have some time to play. That was also on my intention list, was just to play and explore and make a lot of mistakes, which I did.
Did do that, yeah.
Yeah, we did a lot of that.
Yep.
But yeah, Kayla and I wanted to be here together because we both kind of had this nebulous idea of maybe working on some stop motion animation projects. And we did do a little bit of that. And then we did a lot of side projects, which, yeah, every day I think we kind of had kind of woke up and was like, what's today going to be?
Yeah, new materials every day, like a new project.
Yeah, so I feel like I went on a lot of side quests this week, and it's been really fun. I did a lot of things I wasn't expecting to do. It felt really great.
What inspired you to try some different paths?
Well, we did kind of start doing some stop motion. Like we went around and just gathered nature and plants. And I was trying to do a book promo. That was sort of my first start. I have a book that's coming out, so I was trying to just like create some kind of video where like the plants would like encircle the book just for fun to see how that would look. And that was fun. So yeah, I just spent a lot of time interacting with plants to the point where we were just drawing plants. We were stamping with plants, which was really great. I ended up stamping like an entire piece of fabric with just plants that I picked in the meadow. So that was fun. That was not planned. Kayla started that, and it's also nice to be with a friend who we create with a lot. So it feels like maybe not so much collaboration, but like parallel play. Like we were just sort of sitting side by side and kind of feeding off each other. It's really nice.
Yeah, having the space and time to play and make mistakes was so nice because I'm a super uptight, very rigid person, and like I'm a perfectionist, so little mistakes are like huge, devastating failures to me most of the time. So to be in a place where I can make a mistake and like no one's watching or it doesn't matter, I'm not getting paid to do any work and I can just make a mistake is great. So on the second day that we were here, I was drawing in my sketchbook with watercolor, and I, halfway through the day, just realized I'm terrible at drawing and everything I made today was bad. And I was like, oh no, it's only day 2. If I were at home,
And
I would just...
already suck.
Exactly, and I'm already terrible. So I was like, if I were at home, I would just go to work. I would, clean the house, run some errands, like do professional work that I'm paid for, I would just like give up and move on and be like, well, I guess I'm terrible. Let's like go back to something that I know I can do. But then here I'm forced to move through that and push past that and know that I have to be here for an entire week to make art. I have to be productive. I have to do something. So then I put down that sketchbook and I brought out some lino cut, and it was like carving just the chairs around the room. I was just looking around the room. I was carving chairs. And then I had so much fun. And I was actually playing and then stamping stuff. And then I was like, what would happen if I use this pink paint to stamp? And like I stamp on fabric, stamp on paper. And I would just like played. And then I went back to my sketchbook. I was just going on and off, like try these new materials, try printing with flowers that we find and then rolling ink on them and smushing them in paper, and then go back to my sketchbook and then try this other new material. And it was a lot of like back and forth. And then I realized like, oh, maybe I actually can draw, and I made something that I'm happy with in the end. But that time where I was forced to be here and I can't do anything else, I must make bad art over and over and over again until something good happens, was great.
What do you take back home from that lesson?
I think that not giving up is important, but also just playing, like do something different. If I'm stuck, go outside, play with, just try and pick up new materials. And I do think I spent the first day just like making textures with watercolor, and I, mostly work digitally. So I think I am going to incorporate those textures into my digital art and just like bring some of the mess in, loosen up a little bit.
Something that popped out to me, Kayla, is being productive. What does being productive mean to you now, after having a week of not cleaning and mopping and doing the dishes and trying to divert away from everything else? Has your idea of productivity changed after failing so much?
Well, I do feel like I was really productively playful. Like I have so much new stuff. I have so many prints. I have so many sketches. I have like a lot of stuff to show that like this is what I did, and look, I made my time worth it. I didn't waste time. I wasn't a waste of space. It was worth it. Yeah. So I feel like I'm still the same me inside, where like I need to be productive, and then I have this massive stuff, but I can be a little bit looser with it now.
I'm a graphic designer, and I grew up in the era, I was the last generation to go through school of learning all the graphic design stuff, typography and all of that by hand, cutting Ruby liths and all the rest of that. And then we got the very first computer my senior year in college. And I'm so grateful that I had like all the analog stuff. But I had a teacher that was saying, part of the lesson is 95% of everything you make is going to end up in the garbage. Mm-hmm. And so don't make any of it precious. And that was really helpful for me to kind of like remove my ego from the process. And I have found over the years, as I sketch less and less, and I'm more on computer like all the time, that I have kind of forgotten that lesson of just don't make it precious, don't make it perfect.
Yeah.
I'm curious, in your world as illustrators, which of course is adjacent, just does this become a lifelong lesson for all of us of just not to hold everything so precious? Particularly when you've got a deadline and a client and someone's paying and all the rest of it.
Yeah, deadlines change everything. There's pressure. Like, I just have to get it done ultimately.
Yeah.
Yeah, children's books are such strange projects because they're so large and you're with them for so long, and things change over the course of the process. So it's hard to just live with the project for so long and keep it consistent and also feel loose.
Oh, yeah. You're drawing the same characters over and over again. They have to look consistent. You have to agree with an art director that everybody likes the way that sketch is going. And so then they have an expectation of how the final artwork, like there are checks all along the way. So to make something that feels loose and fresh in the end, I feel like I'm not there yet, but I love when I see people who can do it, where maybe they did the same illustration 20 times to get like the freshest brush strokes, I'm still trying to loosen up.
Can we explore that topic of illustrating a children's book? Because I think for some people, it might just be just how easy it might be. But I think you've just presented this different facade of it, that it is wildly difficult, and like it just dive into that process a bit for us.
There are a
please.
lot of layers and a lot of
Yeah.
eyes and
Yeah, I mean, you're working with a lot of people, and you're also, like, I just finished a picture book, and there's 14 and a half spreads, but mine were divided up, so there's almost like 45 paintings that I had to make, and it's a lot of paintings to keep consistent with color palettes, and I've been working traditionally, so it's just making sure that, like, you're just painting and painting and painting and putting things up on the wall and making sure they can all live together. It's really difficult, I think. It's hard. It's also hard to remember, like, who the end viewer of the project is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of times for me, like, the sketching phase is really fun. It's fun to be playful and work out the scenes, and I feel like that's when I've given it my all. And then sometimes, like, making the artwork gets a little bit, it's kind of a grind. It's hard to keep that bit playful, but I try to along the way.
So as you're playing with the idea of a character, how many people have to, you might draw a panda bear that you're like, that is the cutest thing I've ever seen and I want to go with it. Like, how many people have to buy in to that panda bear before Jennifer writes a book about it or illustrates a book
I
on
mean, that's a good question. A lot of people.
it? Yeah. Like, just give us a little back, like,
Well, I think by the time an author sells a book and the publisher is committed to producing that book and they hire an illustrator, it's already gone through, like, an acquisitions department, like the marketing department's on board. So everyone, all those people are going to have eyes on it. Like, they need to know how to market it.
Yeah, a lot of it is kind of invisible to us. Like, we deal with an art director and an editor, and sometimes a designer.
Okay.
So for sure, those people, but then they bring it to their team. So I don't know how many people are in the marketing department or in sales.
and you don't see behind those curtains, thankfully, probably.
No, we have
You're
a
just-
middleman, the art director. They like filter everybody's comments into something nice, a nice package of like a compliment sandwich.
Yeah.
And then the critique.
I understand what you're saying. So what I imagine you've been creating for a week. What if nobody saw what you did this week and it was just for you?
Oh, for me, I'm fine with that, actually. I kind of like to just work on my own stuff. It's nice to make ugly art and know that no one's going to see it, and play with materials in ways that don't have to be for an audience or get approval from other people. Like, I like that feeling.
That's so hard just for me. Yeah, I am always making something with the intent of like, oh, would this be good content? Would anyone like it on Instagram? No. That is something that would be a fun test if I don't share anything that I made here. It's not going to happen. I have to. I need the validation.
Was it a joyful week?
Oh, yeah.
We had a lot of
Truly.
fun. I think every day brought something different.
Absolutely. It was so fun. So playful. And it's cool, like, working alongside someone that's also making stuff. Because when we were having meals and just hanging out at the house, going for walks, talking the whole time. And then when we started working, we didn't have any music on. There was nothing going on, but we just stopped talking. There was like, we were just so focused. And there was one time where Jenny was printing flowers, and she just kept like going out, collecting more flowers, rolling paint on them, putting them on the fabric. She was just in the zone. And then I was like, guess what time it is? And like 4 hours had passed, and she was just in this frenzy of like, so I don't know, it was inspiring. So I was like watching her work, and I was, ready to just like fart around and be done. But then she was working so hard, so I was like, well, I should do something too. And then I ended up making these sketches of goats that are my favorite thing I did the whole time. So having just the like creative energy. It's not like there was pressure, but I put the pressure on myself because I was like, well, I gotta match Jenny. She's making cool stuff.
It was exponential.
Yeah.
Yeah. There actually is a very small percentage of artists this year who are collaborators that have applied together. And so here you are as two friends. We've heard a lot of stories about not only how strangers have inspired each other, but most all of them have been completely different art forms, a choreographer and a writer and the rest. And I'm wondering how it shifted your week, not only to have the time and space just to go do, but to do it with someone that you like and enjoy and a friend and you trust. And how does that open things up?
Yeah, it was fun. And Kayla and I have taken a lot of trips in the past to craft and to sketch. So I feel like we know each other pretty well.
Yeah.
But it's far.
This is the longest trip.
This is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The most together. I feel like we did everything together.
I know today was like the first. No, it was really great. Today was the first day where it's like I think I kind of feel like I need some time to sit alone and have some reflection on what happened this week. I feel like also when we get together, the energy is very much like make, and it gets a little frantic, and we do just like. And maybe that's where we're kind of feeding off each other's energy. It's not like competition. We just sort of like get in a zone and it's like, we're here. Like, this is what we're doing. Like, let's get it.
Yeah, I feel like that is my personality. Like, maximize everything. We have this barn space. I haven't made art over here yet. And then today was like, oh, we didn't make any art in the house. So I went to every room and was like, made art in this room. Like, I had to just like, and then every time I was in a room, I was like, oh, and there's cool art on the wall here. And then I just need to look at it and like appreciate it. And there's like every detail. Every room has these adorable glass bottles with wildflowers, fresh picked wildflowers. And then there's just like, you did those. They're amazing. Loved it. I was wondering who did that. And then there's just like cool art on all the walls. Every inch of this place was beautiful, and I had to savor it. So I was like, maximize the art productivity, maximize appreciation.
This is like giving me great joy for thinking about how we started our week on Sunday, and Kayla drawing the otter card now, right? Like,
Yes.
we were all sort of like, oh, great, have fun, Kayla. And now it's like, oh my God, I'm so glad you drew the otter card.
I'm so glad that you enjoyed the wildflowers. This week when I set up the house, I was like, these bouquets look a little weird, but also like great still life stuff going on here.
The compositions, the balance, it was all perfect.
I know,
We drew them so much.
I think I drew all of them. So
Like visual artists are coming in. We're gonna make these weird.
They will appreciate it.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, nothing goes unnoticed.
What did you learn about each other in this longest
in this longest
journey?
Good question.
That's a good question.
That's a good question. I still really like you.
I know. I still really
Sorry to
like
put you on the
That's really
spotlight.
nice.
Hey, let's just start there with a little yay.
Jenny makes adorable little noises when she's focusing, like little talking to herself. Because sometimes she'll like say something, and I'll be like, "Are you talking to me?" Nope, that's not for me. That's just part of the process.
That's really funny. My husband said that he knows when I'm happy because he can hear me like humming in my office. So I think that's true. I don't
This
notice
one,
myself
too.
doing it.
He's a hummer too.
That wasn't annoying.
No, it was great. I agree
delightful.
with your husband. It's like, oh, Jenny's happy. Like she's doing good stuff.
It's like a wagging tail. It's good to have a signal.
Yeah. I do like to see Kayla work. Like she really sits down and renders the most beautiful things. Like you'll have to see her sketches. They're always perfect. She always like chooses interesting colors. Like I really like to see the choices she makes in her artwork.
Aw, thanks. So sweet.
So I don't know if I learned anything new, but I always like to see what she comes up with. And it's always like a little bit different. Like our personalities are different and we kind of have different approaches to things, but we kind of like working on the same stuff. Like we'll both draw the same flowers, but do it very differently. We both want to make stamps, and they'll look very different, but it's just fun to be next to each other doing it.
Absolutely. I feel like there were so many times where Jenny was making something cool and I was like, well, I want to try that and do my version of it. And then I was making like flower stamps and she was like, okay, well, I'm going to make something cool based on that. And yeah, feeding off each other. Maybe we didn't learn anything new. We just like reinforced what we already knew, and it's great.
Refresh some appreciation.
Yeah.
Do we need more camaraderie in our art making?
I think so. I love working side by side with friends. I love sketching with friends. I love hanging out with people who are making stuff. It feels really nice to be with people who are just doing things.
Yeah. We hear it a lot from artists. Writing is very solo.
Yeah.
Composing is very solo. Painting is very solo, and can feel there can be some loneliness attached to it. And what happens when you can open that up and trust someone and jump in the playground together?
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, it makes you do things that you wouldn't have done alone, and inspired to try new things. Yeah, for whatever reason, I feel like you can get inspired by someone, even if you have a little bit of competition in you, that can motivate you to try new things. Being around people is good, community. And just like being able to talk to someone who speaks the same language, like the same vocational language.
Yeah.
Not having to try and explain what this weird creative thing you're doing is and justify it. Someone who knows, like, yeah, I understand all those
You can
terms.
jump right in.
Who was your favorite goat model this week, Kayla?
Well, the first day it was, I don't remember any of the goats' names, but the brown one with the white spot right here that I took the selfie with.
Yeah.
She was great, and I thought she was going to be the most animated. And when I was petting her, if any other goats came by, she'd be like, I'm getting petted right now, and kind of like butt them away a little bit. But then I had a really precious moment with the really light colored one, the like almost creamish
With
white.
Simone.
Yeah, she was so sweet, and she just like closed her eyes and was precious. So that was my inspiration.
You're going to have
that.
to put name tags on your goats, by the way.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
That's a really good idea.
We should,
Yeah,
like
they already
dog
have the
collars,
colors.
we should put their names on them.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm going to do that tonight.
Why don't just the three of you gather and just get that project done? That's
I
what
know.
Okay.
Kayla's project
Kayla.
supervisor. With Kayla's
illustration
project
on this.
supervisor, it'll be done
know.
by 9 p.m.
Yeah, give me a
That's
tag on that. We'll do it.
thought about that.
I graduated from art school over a year ago now, and both of you are living the dream that a lot of my peers are striving to achieve. And I think a lot of my peers believe in the fact that, like, I'm going to make great enough art that I'm just going to be able to jump into illustrating storybooks. And I want to know what your experience is with having a creative practice that is your profession and handling a creative practice that's outside of your profession, and what that experience is like.
Great question. Yeah. My experience was 5 years of rejection after graduating. So, you know, there's that can happen. And then, I mean, everybody does it differently, but I know my personality, which has probably been very clear, is like organized, structured. Like, that's professional work. Like, I always meet my deadlines. I'm working with art directors. Like, you have to be prepared for that. Like, I feel like I am never just inspired to make the art because I'm given a manuscript. It's not like I am creating something out of completely nothing. Like, I'm given a manuscript and then I illustrate that manuscript. It's my job. I'm not waiting around to be inspired or like in the mood. I like show up every day, work for the 8 to 10 hours at the job.
You're solving a problem.
Yeah, problem solving for sure. Yeah, solving puzzles. Each page is a puzzle of like, how do I tell this story in an interesting way that gets the point across, adds a little bit of my own self to it. Like, there is a story that needs to be told and information that needs to be communicated on each page, particularly to a small child, has to understand what's going on. So there is structure to it. It definitely is a job. And then I balance that with creative stuff like this, like playing with materials. Yeah. Has your experience been different?
Well, it's hard to think about people getting into this career now because I feel like the world has changed so much since when I started. And I got my start. I worked as a product designer for a long time. I used to design Christmas decor for like Target and other big box stores. So that kind of just led to doing greeting card work. I feel like my into doing picture books was a little more like meandering, and it took a while, and it was sort of like a goal, but I kind of got there slowly. And it was nice. It was nice to have like an actual job and get some experience working with people and getting feedback about designs. But yeah, it's hard to think about people getting into this career now. It's tricky. The world has changed a bit.
Yeah, I think I was like submitting postcards, and that was just 10 years ago. But I think it's completely different now. Like, the pandemic happened, people weren't in their offices anymore. They don't accept postcards. Like, it's even
You were
just
accepting
that.
postcards to like agencies as promotion? Or?
I would send it to publishers and magazines. Yeah, I got my agent by writing a book dummy. But first I wrote 5 book dummies that I sent out to everyone and then got rejected. And then on my 5th one, I was working color correcting wedding photos for a company, and I was like, this is the last one. If they say no to this one, I'm color correcting photos for the rest of my life. Like, never again. I was going to give up. I don't know if I really
dummy.
Oh, I wrote a story and then like sketched it out page by page, like 32 pages. I like drew what was going to happen on each page, like made a little mini mock book that was just sketches.
5 of those, and the 5th one was the charm.
Yeah.
What was the 5th one about? Was it about an otter?
Oh my God, wouldn't that be cool? No, it was about a lizard. It's kind of snaky, but more friendly. It was called Mary Had a Little Lizard. So it was just like a play on that story, but with the lizard.
That's fun.
And it was wordless, so there was no words in it, just pictures told the story.
Did we answer your question? I feel like
Yeah,
there's
I
a
forgot what
second
it
part
was.
to your
The
question.
second part is, now that you work professionally, like creatively, like you're making art as your full-time job, how do you balance that with your own creativity? Like, there's got to be something, right? Like what you explored this week is your own individual creative work. So how do you balance that in your everyday life?
Yeah, I feel like I intentionally try to build in more time now. It's just so that I actually have time to work on my own projects. And it's hard because picture books it's so much work that it's all consuming, and it's hard to make time for other things. I do find that like I'll make time for sewing projects. I've been embroidering. Like, I find other ways that are maybe tangentially related to what I'm doing, but just a different medium.
Yeah, for a long time I didn't. I was just exhausted by the creative work that my downtime, I want to just be with my dogs, move my body, do different stuff. And it wasn't until the last maybe 5 years or so that we started getting our Sunday fun day drawing group together where we would go figure drawing and just doing any kind of other art. But I am such a rigid person that every time I do something fun like that, in my head, I know it's going to inform my paid work. So I'm like, how is this going to benefit my paid work? I'm still not loose enough to be like, that was fun just for the sake of being fun. I know that was fun, and I also learned something from it.
Yeah. I'm wondering about your target audience, kids.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is very different than, say, the graphic design world or other design spaces. It is a very specific audience with a very specific level of understanding and openness and wonder. And how do you relate to that? How do you connect with that? Do you spend time with kids? Do you test your stuff out with kids?
Yeah, it's funny. I feel like professionally with children's books, I keep myself in mind. Like, I'm the first audience. I remember what I liked as a child, and I kind of cater to that person. Like, I'm making books for the little
younger
me.
self.
Yeah. I should be spending more time with children. It's funny how little that happens. I'm just kind of alone in my office.
I know, same. If I do a book event, visit a bookstore, then there's kids involved. But yeah, I am ultimately making the art that I would have wanted to see. Because even when I interact with kids or other adults and get their input on just thinking about what someone else would like is so hard because everybody wants something different. And so ultimately I just have to make what would make little Kayla happy. And that's super detailed stuff that she can spend hours by herself just looking at. There are spaces and places for all kinds of books, and those are the kind of books that I'm making.
What books did you like as a kid?
Well, it's also funny. I loved how-to books. I loved books about and I think that how to make clothes, how to cut your hair, how to make puppets. Those were things I loved to look at. I mean, I love storybooks too, but my memory of really loving books comes from just flipping through the pictures, trying to figure out how I could do that. And back to children, I did have a son. He passed away 10 years ago, so I have memories of reading books to him, and that definitely shaped my work too. But in different ways. He liked different books than I liked. He loved nonfiction stuff, and he really loved animals. I find like the books that I'm working on now, I think about him a lot because they're very sweet. They're very like animal friendly. So he's been on my mind this
bet.
week.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that.
What's his name?
Sebastian.
Oh, what a great name.
Thank you.
Sorry, this just got sad. I didn't
No,
know
I love
that.
it.
I appreciate you
I
sharing.
feel
that.
honored. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With that moment of beauty, shall we proceed?
Yeah.
Well,
Or would you
Kayla,
like to-
What books did you like to read as a kid?
Yeah.
Oh, I liked books about animals, any books about cats. It wasn't until later in my life that I became a dog person. And I liked those I Spy books where it's just like a whole bunch of stuff to look at. And you always notice different things.
You need to do one of those books.
Oh my God, I would love
When
to.
Kayla illustrates stuff, there's like a bajillion people and they're all interacting. There's so many details.
It's way
fascinating.
too many. Yeah, the most recent book I illustrated was like, I got to do this one quick. We have a quick deadline. And then I just keep adding too many people. Like I illustrated a book about dogs and there's just like a text that's like, and dogs like cuddle with you on the couch or something like that.
And there
all
should
you
be
need,
one dog
all you
in
need
this
is one
picture.
dog.
One dog.
That would do it. But then I had to make 20 dogs and they're all just like piled and snuggled because that's what makes me happy. So I couldn't help myself. Making problems for myself.
So funny. I do not like drawing that many details.
Keep it
I
simple.
try
keep
to.
it
I like to
sweet.
keep it simple. I like a one moment.
Your style is very elegant. You don't need the clutter.
Oh, thanks.
It's perfect.
A bear on a sled going down a hill
Yeah.
with a super cute hat on.
That's all you need sometimes. Yeah.
Should I pose the question?
I think you should.
Should I pose the question?
You're going
Go
to do
for
a
it.
great
Can
job.
I ask that we all answer it today?
Ooh.
I'm just in the mood for it, that we all answer it.
Okay.
All right.
The way that we close out this podcast is very sweet and very gentle and very kind. And I would like to ask you both, all of you, how did you find beauty today?
You
Go
know
ahead.
what? I had a nice moment. I was talking to you, Ellie, this morning, and I went to like stretch and look up, and a bald eagle just happened to be flying like right above me, and it was amazing. Like I just was stretching, and it was just right there, and it was lovely.
They're so silent. They're just so inconspicuous, the way that they go. Yeah.
And then it was also funny because I think you yelled, America. And I think I yelled, like, pledge your allegiance. And then we both groaned, and that was that. So it was lovely
Wow,
and
it was a
funny.
moment.
Yeah, it's a big moment.
Do you want to follow that?
Do I?
Yeah, I think you do.
Oh.
Because you
well,
were involved. Like,
That was beautiful. Every time I see American eagles, I'm like, I wonder what carcass they just finished eating. So that was
It's
beautiful.
such an Ellie thing to say.
total Ellie thing to say. Oh my God.
Like patriotism. But
Carcasses!
Yes. It was a really beautiful day for me today. I went and saw a friend in Menominee that has saltwater fish tanks. And right before I left, I noticed that there were like 3 little, like precious, like sand-sized starfish on the side of the tank.
What?
Yes. And I was like, starfish? Really? He's like, they're invasive. Like, you can take them if you want them. And I'm like, let them be. They're so beautiful. Yeah.
Sweet.
Sounds like judgment to me.
I know. And it's crazy because yesterday, when I was seeing friends in the cities, we pulled more spirit animal cards. And for the next few days, I am starfish.
Hey.
I know.
Oh, there we are.
Yeah. So that was beautiful. I'm like, you little invasive buggers.
It's not invasive if you've been invited.
It's true. Oh, it's true.
I think that was profound. I'm not sure.
Oh my God, super deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bill Underwood.
I am going to go back to this morning. So Rosie woke us up, I'm going to say probably 5:30 this morning. And it was a really wet morning. And we had just cleaned all of the bedding last night. And of course, the mower came yesterday. And she played a lot outside this morning. It was covered in dew and grass and jumped on the bed, and it was an absolute mess, and I didn't care.
How did you do that?
I don't know.
You still thought she was adorable.
I still was like, she is so adorable. Our bed
She's
was
on her back, her tummy's to the
and
air.
our bed
What
is
do you
covered
do?
in grass, and and I was like, she's so cute, and I'm like, who just said that?
That is cute.
So that was my moment of beauty.
That's nice.
That's a good one.
It was pretty good. Yeah. I dare you to follow.
Oh, that's hard. Yeah, because Rosie has lots of surprise little moments when you're having a meeting and you look down and there's a tummy like winking at you.
Cute.
I had a surprise conversation with a friend that called out of the blue. She has gone through a divorce. Her mom is sick. There's all sorts of things, and she just wanted to call and connect. And we talked about the nature of the pilgrimage, which we just came back from the Camino, and appreciating all the hard stuff, appreciating the blisters that we're traveling with, and the sore muscles, and that this is what makes us stronger. In the middle of a busy day when I've got my long to-do list, I was really grateful for this kind of moment of heart connection with a friend that was unexpected. To say, Buen Camino is the call on the trail. Good pilgrimage, good travels. You've got this. And both of us finished the conversation. Buen Camino, Chris. Buen Camino. You've got this. Let's keep going. And that's what friendships are for, I think.
Oh, well done.
That's nice.
How about for you?
I don't have anything quite as profound, and I'm having a hard time choosing because there's so many beautiful moments, but I'll go with this one. So last night we were in the record room listening to stuff, and I was looking at the wall and just noticed that there's this like panel of wood grain where there were 3 distinct ostriches, like the knots in the wood.
Ostriches?
Yeah, the knots in
I'm
the
so
wood.
glad I'm the only
and
one
then-
that doesn't do that, or that does that.
Yeah,
I thought
they're
it was just
obvious to me. Like I don't see how you could not.
I do
They
it
just
all the time.
absolutely are. Yeah, they have
It's
these
for sure
long, skinny
ostriches.
necks and then like tufts of hair. And I was like, those are ostriches. So I had to draw them, and I was drawing the ostriches. And then this morning, when I was stretching on the deck, it was really sunny, and you know, like when you close your eyes and you can still see the light coming through, and it's like orange, and you can see the veins of your eyes. Well, I like closed my eyes, I was stretching, and then like the floaters in my eyes became the eyeballs, and then my veins were, and I like saw the ostriches again. And it was really cool.
winner.
That's
winner.
That's a crazy story.
With no question.
Love it. Beauty
Beauty.
everywhere. Thank you both.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for
Lovely
your
to have
generosity.
you again. Lovely to meet you, Kayla.
Lovely to meet you.
Pleasure.
This was amazing.
We've loved having you here this week.
It's so fun.
Cheers.
Good.
Thank you both.
Keep in touch, please.
Yes, thank you so much.
We don't want to see a single thing you did this week. Well, not publicly. We do.
I was just going to say, I'm not going to stand behind that comment because I kind of want to see the goats.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to Conversations from the Barn at Everwood Farmstead. Our theme music is provided by John Mark Nelson. Wishing you all good health.